If you're thinking about upgrading your home audio to something that truly fills a room with deep bass, expansive sound stages, and that visceral punch you feel in your chest, floor-standing speakers are the way to go. These tall, powerful tower speakers move air in ways that bookshelf models and soundbars simply cannot replicate, and the technology in today's models has gotten incredibly good, even at accessible price points. I've broken down 7 of the best floor-standing speakers you can get right now, and all the product links are down in the description. Let's dive in. First up is the Klipsch RP-8000F II, and if you want sheer volume and dynamic impact, this thing is in a league of its own. The hybrid Tractrix horn paired with a 1-inch titanium tweeter controls where high frequencies go with laser-like precision, while dual 8-inch cerametallic woofers move serious air below. What makes this speaker special is its incredible efficiency. You don't need an expensive amplifier to get thunderous sound out of these. Even a modest receiver will have them singing, and if you own a tube amp, they pair beautifully with those too. Picture this. You're watching an action movie on a Friday night, an explosion hits, and you physically feel the shockwave roll through the room. That's the RP-8000F II experience. The bass is so authoritative that in smaller rooms you might not even need a subwoofer. The highs can run a touch bright on recordings that are already sharp, so if you're coming from warmer speakers, you might notice extra energy up top. Give them a good break-in period too, because those stiff woofers genuinely loosen up and smooth out after about 100 hours. And since the horn focuses sound precisely, angle them directly toward your listening spot for the best imaging. If you're stepping into real hi-fi audio for the first time, the Sony SS-CS3 II is going to impress you. This latest generation refresh packs a 3-way, 4-driver setup at a price where most competitors only offer 2-way designs. The secret weapon is a dedicated super tweeter extending response up to 50,000 Hz, earning it high-res audio certification. You'll hear details you never noticed before, like fingers sliding across guitar strings or the natural shimmer of a cymbal fading into silence. Compared to the Klipsch RP-8000F II, the Sony takes a completely different approach. Where the Klipsch hits you with raw power, the Sony wins you over with delicacy and spatial detail. The wide dispersion means you don't need to sit in a precise sweet spot, which is great for casual listening or when friends are over. The compact size makes these ideal for apartments too. The trade-off is bass depth. Those 5-inch woofers deliver tight, articulate lows, but for movies or bass-heavy music, pairing them with a dedicated subwoofer is pretty much essential. Speaking of bass, let me introduce the Polk Audio Reserve R700, and honestly, this might be the most underrated speaker on this entire list. Polk took driver technology from their Premium Legend series and packaged it in a more affordable cabinet. You get a ring radiator tweeter, a turbine cone mid-range, and dual 8-inch long-throw woofers above a down-firing PowerPort 2.0 system. The bass is absolutely unreal, with legitimate 30 Hz in-room extension. Imagine settling into your favorite chair on a Sunday morning, putting on a vinyl record, and hearing every instrument in a jazz quartet placed with holographic precision across the soundstage, the bass walking beneath it all with weight and texture. If you're a 2-channel music purist who hates integrating a subwoofer, this is your dream speaker. The mid-range vocals are stunning too, with a lifelike realism that makes singers sound like they're standing right in front of you. These are hungry for power though. A basic receiver won't cut it, so plan on a high-current amplifier or flagship receiver. They're also nearly 80 pounds each, so definitely recruit a friend for unboxing day. Now the Klipsch Reference R26FA solves one specific problem: getting Dolby Atmos into your living room without drilling holes in your ceiling. It's essentially 2 speakers in one cabinet. The main array handles your front channels with dual 6.5-inch woofers and a horn-loaded tweeter, while the top panel houses a completely separate upward-firing module that bounces sound off the ceiling for that immersive 3-dimensional overhead effect. For renters or anyone who just doesn't want to run wires and cut into drywall, this is an absolute game-changer. Compared to the Polk R700, this is a completely different animal built for movie night spectacle rather than audiophile music reproduction. When a helicopter sweeps overhead in a film, you genuinely hear it move above you, and that's a phenomenal experience. The front-firing port lets you push these nearly flush against a wall without hurting bass response either. The treble can get a bit forward during long music sessions since the standard reference line doesn't quite match the Premiere series refinement. And here's an important detail. To use those Atmos modules, your receiver needs at least 7 channels with assignable height outputs. A standard 5.1 receiver won't power the top speakers. If hearing music exactly as the recording engineer intended matters most, the ELAC debut 2.0 f6.2 is calling your name. Designed by the legendary Andrew Jones, this three-way speaker with a cloth dome tweeter and triple 6.5-inch aramid fiber woofers puts every dollar into acoustic performance rather than flashy looks. The mid-range is extraordinary, delivering vocals with a clarity and naturalness that rivals speakers costing several times more. Picture yourself unwinding after a long day with a jazz album playing, and every breath the vocalist takes, every subtle brush on a snare drum, comes through with absolute purity. Compared to the Klipsch R26FA's aggressive energy, the ELAC takes the polar opposite approach: calm, composed, and deeply revealing. You can listen for hours with zero ear fatigue. If you're used to big, punchy, bass-heavy speakers, the ELAC might feel reserved at first, but once you adjust, you realize it's simply telling you the truth about the recording. They do need quality amplification though, because at 6 ohms and 87 decibel sensitivity, a cheap receiver will leave them sounding flat. The Acoustics 5040 is where stunning British design meets serious acoustic engineering. Available in gorgeous finishes like Santos Rosewood and Home Oak, its slim profile fits beautifully into modern living spaces. But don't let the looks fool you. The proprietary continuous curved cone drivers deliver breathtaking speed and clarity, and the decoupled tweeter resolves micro details in a way that's genuinely revelatory. Here's what makes this speaker truly unique. It's actually designed to sit near a wall. Most audiophile speakers need feet of breathing room, but the 5040 uses a calculated bass shelf that leverages boundary gain from your front wall to fill out the low end. Imagine a pair flanking a sleek media console in a modern apartment, looking absolutely stunning while delivering a huge open soundstage that fills the entire room. Just know these are electrically demanding, with impedance dipping quite low at certain frequencies, so a solid high-current amplifier is essential to unlock their full potential. And finally, the SVS Prime Pinnacle, which I consider the best all-rounder of the bunch. Whether it's critical music listening on a quiet Tuesday evening or a full-blast movie marathon on the weekend, this speaker handles everything brilliantly. The sealed mid-range enclosure keeps vocals pristine even when the triple 6.5-inch woofers below are delivering room-shaking bass down to 29 Hz. That means movie dialogue stays crystal clear during the loudest action sequences. The treble from the aluminum dome tweeter is smooth and fatigue-free, which I love for long sessions. Unlike the Acoustics 5040 that demands premium amplification, the SVS plays nicely with mid-range receivers thanks to its honest 8-ohm load and real-world sensitivity around 90 decibels, saving you serious money on electronics. And SVS backs it with a 45-day in-home trial with free shipping both ways, completely eliminating the risk of buying speakers you've never heard in person. So here's how I'd break it down. Best value entry into hi-fi, grab the Sony SS-CS3 II with a warm-sounding receiver. Slim, gorgeous, and apartment-friendly, the Acoustics 5040. Dolby Atmos without ceiling work, the Klipsch R26FA. Tonal accuracy and vocal purity, the ELAC F6.2. Massive room-filling dynamics, the Klipsch RP-8000F II. Subwoofer-level bass from towers alone, the Polk Reserve R700. And for the best do-it-all speaker, the SVS Prime Pinnacle is the safest, most versatile choice you can make. All the links are in the description. If this helped you out, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.